This meeting is being recorded.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? How
What's
y'all
going
feeling?
Yo.
Got Juwan in this bitch, my guy. Lou in this bitch, Marcos.
Yo,
What's going on, man? Hey, let's talk about the NFL play. Excuse me, NBA playoffs, bro. I'm already thirsty for NFL. Excuse me, but shit, man. The Warriors and the Grizzlies yesterday. I want to talk about that. 39 fucking points, bro. What the fuck happened, G? Hey, Lou, start off with you, bro. What you think? What the fuck was going on yesterday? You watched the game?
yeah, I don't know. It was interesting because that shit went from like a 20-point lead to then 30 to then 40, and then they just pretty much threw the towel in. But I don't know. To me, it seems like Warriors just aren't knocking down shots that they usually make. You know, they did it at home in the win before this loss. Um, but I don't know. I feel like personally, it starts with Klay Thompson. I think Klay Thompson being in the mix with a guy like Curry and Poole. I think Thompson did have a good game yesterday, but I think Thompson is starting to kind of get in the way since he is a proven player. We know what he's capable of, and he's getting back knocking that rust. So I feel like the best thing for the Warriors is just to keep swinging the ball around, not necessarily trying to set up looks, but just, always make that extra pass. And I think Memphis, they don't really got shit to lose. You know what I'm saying? They're expected to
Sure.
lose.
Facts.
Jaws out. For them, it's like, let's just go out and hoop. And I think that's what they did. But me personally, I think this next game back at the crib, I think Golden State hits those shots. And I think they end up closing out that series.
Yeah, likewise, bro. Marcos, what you think, bro, about yesterday's game or in the series in general too, if you want to get in detail?
I mean, the series was good until Ja got hurt. So
Yeah.
now I'm just like, but they've been good without him the whole year. They were like 20-2 throughout the regular season. So
Yeah.
they hoop without him. But now it's the playoffs and you're facing like Golden State. So that's a whole different story. But yeah, I didn't expect them to get 50. They're down 55 at one point. I was like, dang, I I don't yeah, I don't think you should ever be getting blown out by 55. That's damn near 60. That's crazy. I don't care how good you can have a bad game, but like 55 points, it's like, bro, you gotta
Yeah,
take it
bro.
personally after a while.
No,
Like
yeah, that's
that ain't gonna
embarrassing.
happen.
It seemed like the
Especially
Warriors too. That's why I'm like, what the
Right.
fuck
But
happened?
I think they'll bounce back too. They're back at the crib and they'll close it out for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, Juwan, and who you had beginning of the series, bro? And what you think about yesterday's game and shit like that?
Yeah, so I had the Warriors in 5 to start the series. I just thought that they were the better team overall. But I will say Memphis, they've been surprising me. Which, like Marco said, they were pretty good without Ja all year. But the fact that they can hang with the Warriors, beat them by 50 points. I'm gonna pick the Warriors to win Game 6-2. But I wouldn't take Memphis lightly. Like they came out lackadaisical in the last 2 games. Barely won Game 5 or Game 4. Barely won
Yeah.
that. They took the lead for the first time with like 45 seconds left. So really, they was down. Game 5, like I said, they got blown out. So it's just like, I wouldn't take them lightly because if you don't come out and you put your best foot forward, you fuck around, got to go back to Memphis Game 7. So I'm gonna take them to
Facts.
take like bro said too earlier, Lewis. Clay's gonna have to play better, not force so many shots, and then Steph got to be Steph. You know what I mean? And the one thing I'll say real quick, the one thing I'll say is that the Warriors, different than most of their championship teams, they don't really have rim protection. So because of that, they struggle a lot. They can get beat on the inside, and that I think that's why they're struggling right now.
That's a good point too, yeah, because Steve Adams, he had like what 12, 13 fucking rebounds yesterday and shit. And
I agree with that one too.
yeah, whole time. Yeah, man, I got Warriors closing that shit out too at the crib. Like you said, they can't take that shit lightly. They better fucking step on these motherfuckers right when the game starts. Cause shit. But yeah, man, that's about it for that fucking series. Let's talk about the Bucks versus Celtics, bro. The fucking Bucks came back and fucking won, man. Now they're fucking leading the series 3-2. I look at first, I have Celtics win the series because Middleton, he was out for the series and shit. So I'm thinking like, damn, Celtics have the upper hand, but nah, it's fucking Bucks ain't going out sweet, man. What you think, Lewis?
Yeah, I agree. I think like at the beginning, we saw the defense, we saw what they did to KD, and it was kind of like, okay, no Middleton, this is a surefire. But I feel like another thing that we forgot is like the Bucks did win the championship last year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And winning the championship, you learn a lot, you have to adapt a lot, and you evolve. And I think the way that Drew Holiday closed that game out yesterday is shows that. And I think that team is battle tested. So when they get into situations like that, they don't bend, they don't fold, they don't break. They're prepared for that. So I think Milwaukee going back to the crib, I think they close this game out, and I think we see a big game from Giannis to cement that status as I'm that guy. I think the Celtics when they look back, that game last night is gonna be a game that they said like that's the reason why we didn't win this series because you can't make mistakes like that. You know what I'm saying? So going back to Milwaukee, Milwaukee's a small arena. The crowd,
That
Connaughton
shit
shooting
loud.
threes, Bobby
Yeah.
Portis. There's gonna be a lot of energy. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. It's definitely gonna go down to the wire. But I mean, there's Giannis on the other side, so I gotta side with Giannis.
Feel that. Marcos, bro, what you think, man?
No, I feel the same way. Yes, I was watching the game. I caught like the last quarter, and then they just came back, and I was like, dang. And it's like Lewis said, they won the championship, and they proved it yesterday. They were just staying in it. They were down like 14 going into the fourth, something like that.
Yeah.
So it was just crazy. But Drew Holiday, I got to shout out Drew Holiday. He was
Man.
hooping. He
Oh,
had like back-to-back stops, but he hit the three before that too. So, and people said too, he's like the most underrated player like in the NBA because he doesn't get enough credit. But since he won, now he's getting more credit. But he was dogging, and they don't have Middleton, which is crazy. Because I picked the Celtics out in the beginning, so I can't switch up my pick. But yeah, it's tough. I don't think they're gonna get out. I think Bucks finish tomorrow because that arena they ain't having that. They're gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
But we'll see.
that's what it's looking like too. I had the Celtics with you too, Marcos, beginning of the series, but the bracket at Milwaukee, I won't be surprised if they close that shit out. Jawad, what you
Right.
think?
yeah. So I had the Celtics at the beginning of the series too.
Yeah, the
Middleton.
Celtics, you said?
Yeah, I had the Celtics at the beginning of the series. Middleton being out, I thought would make the difference. Which
Right.
honestly, all the games been very competitive. Celtics had a win game. I think Horford shot was a little late. They up 16 in game 5, end up blowing it at the end. Giannis hit some big shots. So, count Marco said, or Lewis said too. This is like a legacy of cementing game for Giannis. Go ahead and close the Celtics out in 6. It's been like a battle-tested series. I think Milwaukee gonna close in game 6. If they don't, then anything happens in game 7, they got to go back to the Garden, and that's gonna be a game. But if
Thanks.
Milwaukee be like that championship caliber team, which we know they are, Drew Holiday battle tested too, then they gonna close it out in 6 because they ain't gonna want to go back to Boston.
True.
Hell yeah, man. I agree with you the same on that one. Yeah, that's what it's looking like, man. Bucks might close it out at the crib too. Let's talk about the next series, bro. Fucking Heat versus 76ers. Right now, the Heat are up 52-50 going to the third quarter with 10 minutes left. We all would have thought, we all thought Heat were going to just sweep these boys and shit because we thought fucking Embiid was going to be out for the rest of the series, but he came back. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's much of a fucking difference. Like for the past 2 games and shit, like Embiid, he dropped 17 fucking points last game, and then right now, what the fuck he has? It's like he only has fucking 16 points. I mean, I don't know. They're keeping it close right now with the Heat and shit because they're at Philly, but I still got the Heat, closing out for this series and shit. What you think, Lou?
Yeah, I think going into this game, betting wise, I took Miami already off jump, but it was primarily because I think all the pressure falls on Philly, right? Like with Doc Rivers knowing that if he loses this series, he might be out of there. Harden with his nonchalantness and really, watching the post game pressers and shit, it doesn't really seem like, it kind of seems like he's just laid back and like it is what it is, whatever happens, happens. And knowing just that culture in Miami, they're all about grit, defense. They don't really fuck around. I figured Embiid would have a good game, but I figured it would be everybody else around him that kind of doesn't really help. So yeah, I mean, just Philly is the same shit every year. You know what I'm saying? They get there. There's a bunch of hype, and then they fall short. So yeah, I think Miami closes it out.
Yeah, I mean, Harden, he showed out a few games ago, but I just don't know what the fuck happened the last game or Today, y'all.
Yeah, and another thing I want to side note is like, man, it's crazy because like you see like Tyrese Maxey, right? Toronto drops 38 points. You know, you see Harden drops 31, but then the next game is like they disappear, and it's like I don't know if it's because we bet or whatever, so we look at it through a different scope, but it just blows my mind that like they can't follow that up the next game. And I'm sure it's playoffs, teams adjust. I get that, but at the end of the day, like, man, that's just crazy to me. Like, you know, you go for 38, you go for 31, and then the next game you finish with 14, 16 points. Like,
yeah,
damn,
man.
you know, that's right there. That's the reason right there.
That's true though. Yeah, whole time I've been peeping that shit too. Marcos, what you think though, bro?
I picked the Heat to win, so I still think they'll win. I don't know if they'll close out Philly today, but I'm gonna still say yeah with that. I say they close out, but I did say James Harden's gonna get exposed. He had one good game. He had one good game, but like he was due for that because he had so many bad games. He's just slow now. He's a step slow, and it's just like what Lewis was saying. Like he looks like he's just not in it no more. So he can't. He's a second star on the team. Like Maxi's in his second year, so like he dropped 30 the other game, but I don't expect him to do that all the time. You're asking like too much for him, even though you kind of. But they need that, which sucks. So he's gonna be good, but like right now, he's not the guy they need him to be right now because he's still trying to learn. This is his first time in the playoffs with minutes, so it's tough. But Harden, he's there. He's not showing up. They need him, and he's not coming through. So that's the big thing. And Bede's hurt. He has a whole face fracture. And he's just trying to hoop. So like he's doing the
at least
best
he's
he
trying
can.
his fucking best. He could have sat out for the rest of the fucking series. He's trying to
that's
come
what he
back.
said. He said if I sit out, you guys call me soft, but if I hoop and I play bad, then you say I stink. He's like it's a lose-lose. He's like I just got to be here for my team, which is facts. I mean, I applaud him for playing. So, but yeah, they're gonna lose either way. I don't see them. Even if they win tonight, they ain't winning in Miami.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, take notes. Joel, what you think, bro?
Yeah, I had Miami to win this series, especially when I didn't think Joel was going to end up playing because of the fake thing. So I really thought they swept Philly, but Joel came back, made it competitive. They won the next two, but the Heat just a better team, man. Especially with Joel being hurt, and then like Lewis and Marcos both said, Harden not the same, step slow. I think that. Maybe he probably still battling like injuries that he's had because I mean, even though he was step slow, he was the same guy in Brooklyn. Like he wasn't scoring a lot in Brooklyn.
True.
He's playing the same way he's been playing. I just don't think he has that offensive firepower anymore to constantly go for 30. But like Lewis said, the inconsistency is the biggest thing because you had 30 one next game and then come back and score 14. Like the defense shouldn't be able to game plan for you like that to make you drop damn near half your points, bro. Like,
right.
It shouldn't happen like that. So I think Miami gonna close today. They know how to win games at the end. I think they're gonna close tonight.
Yeah, they're up by 8 right now.
They up by 8?
Yeah, they're up by 8.
Yeah, I see that, man. Yeah, that's about it for that series. We all got the Heat closing that shit out. The next one, the last one, Suns versus the Mavericks. Suns are up 3-2 in the series. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't expect the Mavs to keep up like this. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Chris Paul been kind of pissing me off. He hasn't been hitting his 10 assists, but it is what it is. I still got the Suns closing it out, but man, for Game 6, bro, at Dallas, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. What you think, Lou?
I got a bold take here, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go out and say, I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna say that Dallas takes the next 2 games. And I'm gonna say it goes like this. Right now, this is a huge leap that Luka could take. If Luka comes out here and gets out of this round, whoever they face in the next round, I'm taking Dallas to win that series. Because a lot of people, I think, are forgetting that Dallas was playing top 3 defense for that ever since post All-Star break. And to factor in the fact that you got a guy like Luka with that step back 3, surrounded by a bunch of shooters. Now, granted, it's pretty, if they're missing their 3-point shots, everything I'm saying is irrelevant. But at the end of the day, it's the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, people take this shit very seriously. So I think Luka, we see a big game, whether it's a triple-double, whether it's a 40-point performance at home in Dallas. It feels like that, that those years when you saw Dirk and the Mavericks with really nobody else there, but they were still able to compete and take those series.
I get what you're saying.
So, and it's like you said, like Chris Paul, to me, I get he's 37 years old, but when I see somebody with such a lethal mid-range shot like that, and they're not averaging a consistent 20 or 25, I don't know, that worries me. And then not to mention, like, you got Aiden, who he's been doing his thing, but I don't know. To me, he's a guy that was a number one pick. You know what I'm saying? He could easily, if he really, really tried, I think he could go out there and get 20 and 12. And he should be getting that. He's falling short.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't know. Phoenix, I think they're still a little bit hungover from that final shit. And I don't know. Chris Paul's cursed, bro. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I think.
Yeah, man. Hey, what you think, Marcos?
Yeah, I think tonight. Well, first, Jawan, how's Dallas? It's rocking right now.
It's rocking, man. I wish I could have went to Game 6 today, but circumstances. But man, the city been like, this is the farthest the Mavs been since they won it all with Dirk. So the city been crazy for sure.
Yeah. With that being said, they winning tonight. I'm like, bro, I've been watching the games. It's been close, but I said Luka's gonna get his, but yeah, I don't see them winning in Dallas. They've been like, the role players been going off at the crib. And then even Game 7, it's just one game and anything can happen. Like, we all know that. So I think that game I still got the Suns because I picked them, but I think that goes down to the last minute or probably last possession, to be honest. And they escape. But it's just scary because Luka's doing it by himself. Like, yeah, he has Brunson. Brunson's a dog. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking like another superstar. Like, if you look at all the other teams, they got Clay, it's Booker, Chris Paul, Ayton. He's just doing it by himself. To that extent, like no superstar. So I really want them to get someone else so he could like come up, because Dirk only got one ring, and it was solid, but he did it by himself all that time. Sure. He had that little time with Nash, but besides that, he was like the only superstar. So I don't want them to waste like Luka's time either. You feel me? So but I think the Suns come through barely. But yeah, tonight I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning in Dallas.
I agree with you, man. I don't know about Game 6 at Dallas because Dallas been showing out at home. I still got the Suns closing out, maybe Game 7, but yeah, man. What you think, Jawan?
Well, the Suns, they for sure the team. I think I was one of the few people, and I might be a little biased because I'm in Dallas right now, but I was one of the few people that picked Dallas to win the series because of Luka. He the best player in the series. There's no question. Book's a great player. Book one of my favorite players too, but Luka is the best player in the series. Chris Paul ain't been Chris Paul. And like Lewis said, I mean, he 37, 36, 37. You just can't expect a guy like that to continue to have, try to play June every year. You know what I mean? And he's hungry, but I mean, like, bro, you guarding guys 24, 25, they got fresher legs. They going to come at you all night. And we seeing it, though, because he ain't been playing good for real. I think in the first series, he, had some good fourth quarters. And, those boost the numbers up. But overall, he ain't been playing like Chris Paul, as we know Chris Paul. Like you said, he ain't even been covering his dimes, which is something that's a given for him, right?
Yeah,
so I picked up when the series first started, I picked Mavs in 7. I'm rolling with that. It's going to be tough to win, man, because, like I said, Phoenix the best team. They should have already closed this one out, in my opinion. But I'm rolling with Luka. He the best player.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
To add something to what he said is like, it's like he said, Chris Paul's had a lot of big fourth quarters. And someday, if you notice, it's like he waits until the fourth quarter to really start throwing those shots up. And I think that's going to be a critical mistake. He's probably going to do the same shit again because they're going to attack him. Like he was saying, they've been attacking him. Like we've seen with the Pelicans, and now they're doing with Brunson and all these other cats. Is like he's going to do that. And I think like it's just not going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? Because you're leaving it up too much up to chance. So, and then, like, just with Luka, bro, like, Luka was playing in Real Madrid since he was 15 against grown men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Luka's a generational talent in a sense, not athletically, but just overall wise. So I feel like, man, bro, it would be a great way to really, start building that legacy by doing some crazy shit these next 2 games.
Back.
He's the all-time leading scorer per game, points per game already. He passed Mike. Averaging like 33. That's why
like we see that shit now and it's surface level, but like in 2 years we'll fuck around and be like, damn, you remember when he took both games and went to the Western Conference Finals? Like
that's facts. Yeah.
That's how this shit starts.
Facts. I will say, Phoenix wins if Book like matches Luka's level, which he's been there over the last couple of games. I think Book been playing.
Yeah.
So they're gonna need one of those games from Book. If they get that, they got a chance to close. But if not, I'm around with the Mavs for sure.
Hell yeah, man. That's about it for NBA, man. For this round, stay tuned for the next episode, the next round and shit. But I'm gonna throw a little UFC out there before we go, man. I don't know why the fuck Ryan Spann is underdog, but he is plus 184. Take him, bro. Please take him. Ryan Spann this Saturday. And main event, Jan Blachowicz versus Alexander Rakic. Blachowicz, if y'all know, legendary Polish power. He lost his belt against Teixeira. He's making his fucking main event debut again. I think I got Polish power, Jan Blachowicz as well too, beating Rakic. And Blachowicz is an underdog. So I got both underdogs Saturday night, Ryan Spann and Jan Blachowicz, both underdogs. That's what I'm fucking with. I don't know why the fuck they both underdogs, but I'm taking it, damn it. Let's go. That's about it though for today, man. I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, share, all that other shit. Before we go, my bad. You gotta say something, bro?
Yeah, no, I want to. I can ask you a little boxing question real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What's up, bro?
I want to know who you like this weekend. Castaño versus Charlo, the rematch.
Damn, what the fuck? Hold on. I didn't even know it was this weekend.
And the first fight was a draw. You know, it was balanced. Like I pick a winner, but you know they running it back for undisputed at 154. So
Who you got?
It's tough, bro. In the first fight, I like Castaño. He won the champion. Charlo was the main champion, but Castaño held like a great fight. So I think Charlo gonna come better prepared though. So I'm gonna take him Saturday decision, no knockout decision.
I'm gonna take him too. That's how.
Who is it? Who is it, bro? Charlo versus who?
I think it's Brian Castaño. If you go back and watch that first fight, it was a great fight, like one of my favorites from last year.
Man, I low key, man. I'm gonna rock with you for the boxing and shit. I really don't know who the fuck got this shit for that one all the time. But what you got? You said for that boxing one?
I got Charlo.
I'm gonna rock with you on that one. Fuck it. But yeah, man, that's about it. Like, subscribe, share, all that other shit. Stay tuned for the next episode. Appreciate y'all coming out, especially you, Juwan. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
Peace, man.
Peace.
Damn, motherfucker.
I was like, so
No, yeah, I watched shit tweaking.
we could just crop it out. All right, Joe, I'll hit you up.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all boys for real, man. This was fun. We gotta do this again.
Maybe in Dallas.
For sure.
Maybe we pull up to Dallas if they go to the next round.
Hey, come on. Go to a game or something.
Shoot. We'll see what's